Well, hello, everyone. It's Wednesday, August the 13th, 2025. I am Doug. It's time once again to play some Wordle. 45 RPM 45. Oh, I love that username. That's super cool. Doug, I know you like throwbacks and retro references. I certainly do. When it comes to gaming or maybe even computers, yeah, as a matter of fact, I have a retro gaming channel. It's all Doug and Games. Please check that out. I want that YouTube channel to grow. So how about a throwback to my old Commodore 64 and its basic language? Wow, I wish I was wearing my Commodore 64 shirt. I have an extensive Commodore collection, in fact. And I don't know, you know, in the comments, if you guys like old computer stuff, very curious. Maybe I'll do a little show and tell on this channel of that. Depending on if there's a lot of people in this community that find that stuff interesting. But nonetheless, basic indeed is what we're going to do. So I guess maybe I should say 10 print basic. What do we get here? I thought we were going to crash out, but we didn't. We've got a letter I. It's in position. I don't know any other basic language jokes, so that's as good as it gets here. An I in position. Interesting board here. What do we do from this point on? That is fascinating. How about, oh boy, I don't know. Of course, we have the E, the O, and the U could be involved. I have a few. No, that won't work. Putting that I mean, we have to have the I in the middle in that fourth spot. We kind of should. I don't think we want to do there's no reason to do an eval this early. So what pairs with it? What pairs good with it? Rigid would test for two I's. That's kind of like, I feel like that's not really the best idea here. Of course, and also something like, you know, if you want to do programming specific theme today, something like limit. But again, man, that's testing a double I. But the I in the fourth spot can be interesting, and there's a lot of honestly, there's a lot of possibilities when you think about the two I's here. I'm almost thinking like maybe that's not the worst idea in the world here. I feel like I'm kind of talking myself into this. It's a weird vibe that's come over me. I've been kind of on fire all week here. If it's limit, I'm like, oh my goodness. I don't know. Maybe I've just become an oracle, but I don't know. I'm using lots of computer references, by the way. Let's go with it. I'm going to take a little bit of a risk here. Is the answer to today's puzzle the word limit? No, it's not. Okay. All right. So let's just take a few things off the table. There's no double I. That was not something that was actually a thing. So maybe I need to think about this in terms of there's going to be at least one other vowel here. I don't feel like I like the E. I think that there's possibilities for, let's see, tonic. No, we tested TNC, but like something with like, where I think that the other vowel is, I feel like I keep thinking, well, I want the other vowel in the second spot. So going for something like this, toxic, obviously no T and C, right? So O-N-I in the, so again, I almost I want to think about this in terms of the middle letter. I think that's kind of where my mind is going here. But I'm not seeing anything that works where we don't need a T or a C, right? Now, I'm also potentially willing to look at the U. Again, Cupid obviously doesn't work because the C. Yeah, boy, that T and the C are like almost foundational here, aren't they? Which is interesting, right? U-R-I... no, URI something, but yeah, that doesn't work either. Very interesting. Now, is it possible that we are supposed to bunch the vowels up? OI here. Choir again would need the C, right? That's so interesting. Droid. Well, this is another case though where I don't like that because yet again I'd be looking at a double letter. I feel like that's wasteful here. Not the best idea. All right. Well, so groin. would at least test the theory of, I think we're down to either an O or U, right? So the word groin gets me 3 more consonants, vowel positioning. So I think that there's value here. I think I'm talking myself into it. Okay. Well, let's go for it. Is the answer to today's puzzle the word groin? No, it's not. And okay, no O, but there's a letter R. So that leads me to believe that we were looking for U. Now, before we look at the R, if I put the UI here, again, back to Druid. I think I was thinking of Druid before, right? Oh my goodness. Was I supposed to do that? No, I can't do Druid. No. The R can't be in the second spot. That's the R can't be. Never mind. Now, could the middle be URI? Right. But again, in this case, what do I put at the beginning? I'm sorry, the end. The D. It can't be lurid because we tested the L. So that's interesting, right? I don't know what I would do there. Is it possible that we could have the R in the beginning, blank UI, or U blank I blank? Is there something here that could be the issue, the answer? But I'm not sure what I would do in the middle. This is wild. Could the R be at the end? See, I think the thing that's really important here is that R and the U, we do potentially have the possibility of testing an eval word here. That is possible. I don't know that I want to necessarily jump right to that. What if I had a U and an I and an R here? If I was going to do that, right? Let's say if I was going to go with an eval word here, I think I want to nail down exactly where the R is, and to that end, I would want to work the U in. So then the question ends up being, are you something with an R? Is that even something that's possible? Rural is interesting, right? Because there's 3 places left for the R. The first, the third, and the fifth. And so this effectively tells me where the R is and how many there are. And it also gives me the U won't be at the end. We know that. So there's 3 places for the U. So I've got a 1 in 3 chance. It's unlikely that the U is in the front. So I will likely get the R and the U knocked down with rural. Is it an eval word? So I feel like that is useful on the 4th guess here. All right, I've talked myself into it. So we are going to do an eval. Rural for information. What do we get? All right. No U. Wow. Okay. Okay, so the R is at the end. So the R is at the end. There is no double I. There's no A. There's no O. So it's an E. Oh, we didn't think about that. Oh, I failed to consider the E, didn't I? But we know we're ending in I and R, and there's no way there's a Y in here. So we have an E. Yeah. I don't think the E is going to be in the 3rd spot. So, oh, this is interesting. So, okay. So, I think the first thing I'm looking at is the E in the 2nd spot. And then the question becomes, what goes in the middle here, right? There's no double R, there's no double I. So it's a unique letter. I don't think there's 2 E's here. That wouldn't be a thing. So the $64,000 question for me is, what's the third letter? Now, is there a world where it could be the first letter? Okay. But again, what am I supposed to do here? Very interesting. What goes E blank blank IR? Nothing is jumping off the page at me here. All right. Since sometimes when I resist something too much, I have to look at it, right? EIR. It's not there because of the T, right? But now I have to give it the old look here. But nothing really jumps out either here. Wow. My problem here is I only have one guess left after this, so I don't know that it makes any sense for me to do yet another eval. I would be down to my last guess. The best I could do is something that would guarantee I get the E placed. And so it would be an eval with like 2 E's, right? That would be my last guess with E, I, and R placed. But boy, I don't think that that's enough. I don't feel like that's safe enough. I don't think I could do it in one guess. Oh man. Is the Y somehow involved here? And where would it be? It wouldn't be in the third spot, right? No. This doesn't make any sense. YIR? No. Y blank blank IR? That doesn't, there's nothing here that makes any sense. Could the Y be in the center? I'm willing to look at almost every visualization here. None of this makes any sense. EY blank IR? Oh boy. I don't see it. I don't see it. There's no double. No, there's no double of Y. I'm starting to get worried that this is going to be a word I don't know. Something really crazy, which I almost saw that coming, didn't I? Yesterday, I got a little too proud here, and here we are. This isn't a word, right? EYEIR. I don't think that's a word. Why do I feel like I've heard that though? I feel like I've heard this. Why do I think I've heard this as a word? I'm trying to think, like scrambling to think, what's the context? Why do I feel like I've read that word somewhere before? We've had this before, where it's like I feel like I've seen the word, I just don't know what the heck it means. All right, this is 90% not in the word list, but I feel like I've heard this word. Is the answer to today's puzzle word ire? No, not in word list. Okay. I just felt like I heard that. Or something close to it. So I suppose there's a possibility here. Is something could again, I guess I'm drawn back to the E in the second spot. I'm just going through in my mind all the different unused letters here. It could be in the third spot. EDIR? No. EFIR? It could be some strange word that I'm not familiar with. Oh man, do I have no choice but to do an eval here? Oh man, I get that bad sinking feeling. This is like a really bad place to be. But I feel like I have no choice but to like for example, if I did teeth, I know all the answers to the E situation. I wouldn't be I'd be testing the H. I mean, who knows, right? Oh man, that's gonna just, oh boy. Oh boy, what a conundrum. I feel like I have no choice. I'm backed into a corner here. I feel like I'm backed into a corner. I'm gonna have one guess to noodle over here. But I legitimately don't see it. IR. And I feel like there has to be an I. There can't be another I. There's no A, there's no O, there's no U. I don't think Y is what I'm looking for. If there's no E's, then okay. I'm stuck. I have to do teeth and eval on the fifth guess. All right. I hate this, but teeth for eval. All right, there it is. One E, and it's in the second spot. So we got blank E, blank IR with our last guess. That's what we're looking for here. And I don't see it. I don't see it. Oh my goodness. What could we have here? The J, no. Z, W. All right, well, let's go through here one by one. I mean, W-E blank IR. No. Could D be something here? D-E blank IR. That feels interesting. No. I'm not seeing it. Could the D be in the third spot? E-D-I-R? No. E-K, E-J, E-Y, E-W, E-F. This is going to be something I've never heard of before, isn't it? Oh, man. I shouldn't have made that comment. I think I'm stuck. I'm not sure actually what to do here because I can't think of a valid word. Y-E blank I-R. I don't know a valid word. Is it P-E blank I-R? What am I? I don't think I'm missing. There's nothing in my vocabulary that I'm missing here. So, man, I don't know what the protocol is here. There's no surrender in this game. I have to literally find something that's a valid word. What on earth am I looking for? E-F-I. Why do I seem to think that maybe E-F-I-R? Again, oh my goodness. Oh boy, this is really crazy. I mean, I don't know what to do. Honestly, I'm a little bit stuck here. I don't want this to be a 7-hour-long episode. I guess maybe this would be a first in the history of the show. I've been doing this for like 3 years. 3 years? Let's see, 2025. Yeah, about 3 years. Plus, I've never forfeited. We're on the last guess. I've got blank E, blank IR. And, wow. I don't have anything. Let's try the K. K-E blank IR. Kefir, is that a word? K-E-F-I-R? I don't know if that's I feel like that's another case where I feel like I've heard that word before. And I don't know what it means, but I know I've heard that word before. Oh, goodness. Well, I mean, I guess that's better than surrendering. And if it's not a word, I'll keep working it, right? All right. Well, that's it. Is the answer to today's puzzle the word kefir? Yes, it is. Wow. Okay. I was this close to literally, for the first time in the show's history, surrendering. Just last playing around with letters, I'm like, I feel like I've read that word before. Okay, well, we got it. Okay, there you go. Well, this will be a fun comment section. There you go. I'm not sure what else to say. That's that. Hey, let's talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to use the word latch. So hopefully you'll latch on and we'll enjoy watching this. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this marathon episode. This we made up for the last ones. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow for some more Wordle.